This is Surprise, also called Prize. She's a Rocky Mountain horse mare for sale at Wild Mountain Farms. Prize will be a coming 4-year-old in 2011. Most of these pictures and videos were taken when she was 2, but they do a good job of representing what she looks like today. The following video clips are from the first time we ever put a person on her back, a saddle on her back, or took her through our obstacle course. We introduce her to a trailer, walk her through small areas, and climb around on her. As you can see, she never balks at any of this. Prize is not yet trained to ride, though she has been on half a dozen trail rides and did very well. Even so, I do recommend that she get official training before starting out with a rider on a regular basis. With some training, she could be a great horse for an experienced child or for a small adult. Prize is one of the smartest horses I've ever worked with and absolutely loves people. Nothing spooks her. She's very stable-minded and confident. It's typical of Prize that the only thing she ever has trouble with is not being asked to do something. As I mentioned, since this video was taken, we've taken her out on the trail about a half-dozen times. She did great with trail obstacles, crossing bridges, creeks, deer jumping out at her, cars, other animals. The only problems we had with her came from her not having been trained. She doesn't, of course, understand all the normal leg and rein cues yet that we usually use to guide horses on the trail. Even without them, however, she did wonderfully and she was a pleasure to ride. She is too smart to do well sitting around a pasture being bored, which is a big part of why we have reduced her price significantly at this point. Normally we would train her up ourselves and get a starting price of $5,000 or more for a horse of her caliber. However, I've dropped her price at the moment down to $2,000 because I know, looking at what the next year has in store for us, that I won't be able to get her trained properly anytime soon. And I do believe even when a horse doesn't need training to go out on a trail, that training is important for their mind's development. So I don't sell a horse even who can go out on a trail at a trained price until they are fully trained. You could, of course, do that differently with her if her rider had enough experience to know the kind of things that a young horse's mind needs to learn as you go to develop. Let's see. As you can see, we just put a 5-year-old in this video on her back. That was the first time we had people on her back. Since then, we have had many kids tootling around on her in the yard or on the trails, just being led by someone. She really enjoys that kind of activity, and she does wonderfully. She will pretty much leave anything to work with people as long as she isn't just left standing in the pasture. She'll be happy. So she'll pretty much do anything you ask of her. She is a gaited horse. She has a nice smooth gait on the trail. Both her parents are exceptional breeding stock and riding horses that we've owned for years. She lives up to everything we would hope to see from a baby of theirs. As I mentioned, we've reduced her price in the hopes that she can sell more quickly with a lower price and someone can put some money into training them herself. I don't believe she will do well standing around a pasture for the next year bored, and so I'm willing to take a bit of a loss on her in order to find her permanent home, her best home, sooner. Alright, so this is Prize, and give us a call or an email at Wild Mountain Farms. We would love to show her to you. We'd love to tell you more about her. She is a wonderful horse.